Hello people, in this video I am going to show you how to set up the Codeceptjs with the Puppeteer helper. Let me give a brief overview of what is Codeceptjs. Codeceptjs is an open source testing framework which has the built-in support for the various helpers that support for the web automation, mobile automation and API automation. So coming to like what are all the helpers they are supporting for the web automation. So they are giving support for the Puppeteer, playwright, test cafe and WebDriver, and for the mobile automation they are giving support for APM and detox, and for the API automation they are giving support for the REST and GraphQL. So in this video I'm going to show you how to set up with the Puppeteer. Okay, so here this is the official website of the Codeceptjs, where they have given a very detailed explanation of how to set up and what are all the features they are providing, and they have given enormous support for reporting and also data management and the BDD support, and even without BDD also we can do. So all those related information has been given in this official website for the Codeceptjs. Okay, so coming to the testing with the Puppeteer. So Puppeteer is having the main advantage of the Puppeteer is like it will directly interact with the Chrome browser rather than with the Chrome driver. And the main difference actually between the Puppeteer and the playwright is like playwright will have the multiple browser support, and we no need to actually download the drivers or something like that. So while installing the Puppeteer, it will have the support for the browser interaction also via the DevTools protocol. Okay, so let me go how to go through the video of how to set up it. So I am using the IDE Visual Studio Code. Here I am just opening the folder. So here so for any JS we need to have the package.json file created first. So for that we need to give this command npm init, and one thing we need to keep in mind that to have the support for the npm commands, first we need to have the node installed on our system, and the node also on the Mac. Generally I am now taking videos on Mac, and so on Mac you need to you can use home brief to install the node. Okay, so after installing the node you can able to use the npm command. So here now I am using this npm command to create the package.json file. Okay, so the package.json file has been created. Now we need to have the Puppeteer and the Codeceptjs npm packages also to be installed to start with the Puppeteer for our automation scripts. So here if you go through this the URL and the documentation, so they are telling that we need to have the Codeceptjs with Puppeteer packages to be installed. So for that they have given this command, so we can directly give that command to have these two Codeceptjs and Puppeteer installed. Okay, so in the meantime we can go through the all the methods or functions that is giving support. So what are all these functions and methods? So generally on the website automation, so whatever the actions we do like click, scroll, handling the pop-ups, or if you want to grab something, get text or get attributes, and if you want to save the screenshot you can do it, and you can have the only values or the attributes you can get it, and here you can see you can even close the tabs or open the new tabs and navigate to the next tab, and you can even use the switch, and so all these things. So if you have the drag and drop, for that also you no need to write any specific functions or something like how we generally do in the base classes or something, right? So that and all not needed. All the basic actions sorry excuse me. So all the basic actions like drag and drop or slider, everything, so downloading the file, uploading the file, everything they have given provided all the functions here. So you can see you can even grab the logs here, you can grab the cookies, CSS property. So more or less they have given everything what we do on the web automation. Okay, so this is the main advantage actually with the going with the Codeceptjs. Okay, let me check. Okay, I see there is some issue. Okay, some network connectivity. Let me try to do it again. Okay, it's done. So because of some network issue or something, I think so it didn't get installed, but now you can see it got installed. So we will go to the documentation and we will see what they are telling us to do. So now they are telling to get the project initialization is thing, but we need to have the configuration file created so that we can go ahead writing the scripts. Okay, now they are telling this npm Codeceptjs init. So I'm giving right away this command here. So you can see it is asking some questions while preparing the configuration file. So it is asking us to like whether we are planning to write the test in the TypeScript. So it's our choice, like whether if you want to go for the TypeScript, then you can give y, or otherwise you can give no. So right now I am just going with the JavaScript itself, and here it is whatever there it is showing like this. It is a default location. If you don't want to change it, you can right away give enter. It will take all the default values whatever it is showing here. So right now if you won't give anything and if you just type the enter, then it will take the root folder location and it will start creating in this format like underscore test.js. So right now if I want to keep all the tests and the test folder in the format of this, then I am giving this. Okay, so now right now all will be in the inside the test folder. So now it is asking which helper do you want to use. So right now we are setting up the Puppeteer. So I have checked the Puppeteer using the up and down arrow. So okay, and here I have checked for the Puppeteer, and it is telling the default location to store all the reports, screenshots, logs, everything on the output folder. So I'm okay with it. So I'm just giving the enter here. You can see that it has taken the output as the answer, the default input, and now the selected language is English. And here also it is now for the Puppeteer, it has got all the information. So for the Puppeteer helper, what are all the main fields it's needed? Okay, that we can see it here in the configuring. Oh no, not here. I think let me check here. Yeah, so these are all the properties for the configuration. So this helper, while configuring it, it needs some required properties to set it up. So that's what the information it is right now asking here. So it is asking for the URL, so which is the URL here, and here you can see some more properties it is supporting, like the basic auth and the show. Show is nothing but if you want to run the browser in the headless mode or in the headed mode, you can use this. So show, if you keep it as a true, then it will run in a headed mode. If you keep it false, it will run in a headless mode. This is what show here. And the restart is nothing but if you have the different scenarios, and those different scenarios, if you want to have it as an end-to-end flow in each scenario, in that cases you need to have your browser restart every time between the scenarios. So in that case you can have the restart as true. And the disable screenshot. So these are all other more properties it is providing to have the more control over like what are all needed based on our requirements. Okay, so here we can give the wait for timeout. So these are all the at the configuration level itself we are giving. So we no need to give again additionally explicitly in each step inside our script. So if you want to have some particular timeout for whole your application, you can give it on the configuration settings itself. For that, the property is wait for timeout, and the window size you can set, and the manual start. So these are all some of the things they are telling to have it if we need based on our requirements. Okay, right now here if you go to the Visual Studio Code, this is the default URL it is just having. So right now I am giving Google. Okay, now to have for the demo purposes, I am running it in a headed mode only. So I am giving Y, and this is the default window size. Now it is asking what is the feature where we are going to test. So we can just give something like this, and then it is telling the file name of the test would be login test.js. So if you remember how it is picking this underscore test.js is from here. So here we have given the test where it needs to be located and the format how the test file needs to be stored. So here we have given like this, so that's why this asterisk represents the file name whatever we give here, and it is storing it as a login underscore test.js. Okay, so now everything is done. We will go and see the codeceptjs.configuration file has been created, and we will check out all the details whatever we have given while providing all the information and the questions here. Okay, so here on the config file, if you see, I have mentioned that my test should be located under the test folder. So here you can see it has created a test folder and it has been placed our login test file here. Okay, so this is the very basic inbuilt support they have provided. They are creating the skeleton of the file whatever it is asking. So this is a test file, so this is the skeleton of the test file. Okay, so and the output, so if you remember, it has asked us where our logs and all should be there, so we have said okay for the output, so it has been stored as output and output folder has been created. And the helper, so we have created and opted for the Puppeteer helper, and these are all the information we have provided. Okay, and this include section is nothing but, so if you want to have something custom functions here and those are common, you can have it like this, login.function, and these function files will be there. Okay, and you can access it where it is, and you can access it with I. Okay, I'll give little more much information in my coming videos. This video is mostly focusing on this setting up. Okay, and then now on the login test file we will check. Okay, so here if you see all these inbuilt functions for the Puppeteer helper, it is showing up here. So here on this documentation, whatever the functions we are seeing, we can able to see all those here. Okay, and this I is the one from which we can access everything. Okay, so here you can give on page, so what is this on page will do? It will launch the browser and paste the URL whatever we have given in the configuration file. Okay, so one more thing we need to remember here is like, if on the URL whatever you have given, it will append to this one. Okay, so for example, here if you see configuration file, I have given https or www.google.com, and to that it will append this slash. Okay, so it is basically it will append. If you don't want to give anything, you can keep URL as an empty parameter, and then here you can pass the whole URL on the I am on page. Now we will see how to run this. Okay, this is very basic one. I am not doing anything, I am just launching the browser and it will enter the URL. Okay, so for that we need to give npx Codeceptjs run, and you can pass the path of it. So it is inside the test folder. Test.js. That's it. Did you see that? So it has excuse me, so it just launched the browser and it has provided the URL into it. Okay, that's it. That's it guys for this video. So this is a very basic setup of how Codeceptjs with the Puppeteer has been done. So please subscribe to my channel for more videos on automation. Thank you. Bye.